Hi, it's Travis here, and welcome back to our adventures in Azeroth. Last episode, we slayed Merez Cow and brought her head back to Hammerfall. And we are now level 39, which is good. But today, we are going to be heading over to Terran Mill, and we are going to be leveling up our two-handed maces. That is going to be the plan. Kind of just a chill episode. We'll probably just be picking herbs and smacking things with our mace. And once we get that up to, I believe, 190, then we will go to Undercity. We have our hearth there. And next episode, we will do a battleground. So yeah, we did do the weapon swap on Squidly Diddly as well, the shaman. We switched him from maces to axes. So now we're doing the swap on Travidon from swords to maces. So we'll see how this goes. I have a feeling we will be going back to swords again down the line, but this mace will probably last us for a while, at least deep into the 40s. So it is worth leveling up, that's for sure. It's going to be fun using it in the BG. I just did the BG. It was a lot of fun on the shaman. I won't talk about it too much because the episode's just coming out in an hour. But it's that bracket is a lot of fun. There's a lot of people who take it seriously, and they have really decked out characters at level 39. They have like all their gear that they would want, and they have like these crazy buffs. They have all the flasks that they would need, and they also have world buffs. They're holding on to world buffs as well. So I think that's kind of insane how like hardcore people go into the level 39 bracket BGs. It's really just Warsong Gulch. That's really the only BG you can do. I tried to queue up for Arathi Basin, but they said like there's really no estimate on when you're going to get in one, so I assumed most likely just not going to get in one. Alright, so let's go out here and we will just find some mobs to hit. Once we start smacking them, we might make our way back to the Arathi Highlands. We're just going to hit these guys and hope that we level it up here at 33. Interested to see if we can get get him to like jump and twist when he gets the Seal of Command proc. Yeah, I know this is going to be kind of dull, but I like to bring everybody along for the entire journey, so it is what it is. There we go, he does it. He actually does do the jump and twist. It's leveling up quick, which is good. And you can tell the speed is much faster than our sword. 2.8 speed. I believe the sword we had was 3.8. Brutal. Because of that. Literally, you had to wait an extra second compared to this mace. And the top end damage on this mace is 131, while this sword is 99. So I think once we get our hit up with it, we're going to be hitting pretty damn hard. Because the top end damage is higher, so it means we can get higher crits, and it also swings a second faster. I think the damage per second is actually double. Yes, 38.9 damage per second. This is 21.7, so almost double. So there we go. We got up to level 62 just from fighting that one Fel Moss Creeper. I think we'll be at 100 soon. We just got to keep fighting these guys. The reason why I chose to come here is because I'm not going to die to these guys. And if I actually tried to fight mobs in the Arathi Highlands, I think I probably would have it'd be a tough time. Yeah, I watched the Rams games, the NFL playoffs, and damn, that was a weird game. I was a St. Louis Rams fan as a kid growing up. A fan of them being the greatest show on turf, and they never beat Tom Brady. Every time the Rams play against Brady, they would lose, and the Patriots as well. And they faced Brady today on the Bucks, and they just pulled it out at the end. It's kind of wild. They were up 27-6. And just at the end of the third quarter, the Bucks got a touchdown, and then the fourth quarter was just terrible. So many bad things happened for the Rams. And they tied it up 27-27. And then Stafford threw a Hail Mary pass to Cooper Kupp. And they got a nice position for a field goal kick, and they kicked the field goal, and they won the game. So the Rams are going to be playing the 49ers. And the last time they played, it went to overtime, 49ers and the Rams. So it's going to be a good game. Sometimes you think the NFL's like, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but sometimes when you're watching these games, you're like, this has to be rigged. You know, because the center, there's a crazy thing I've never seen actually in a football game. The center was, he snapped the ball early, and the quarterback didn't catch it, and the Rams fumbled the ball, and the Buccaneers got it back. It was wild. I think they got a touchdown after that. And just seeing like rookie mistakes like that makes you think like, what's going on out there? Yeah, that's enough about football, guys. I know everybody here isn't a big sports fan. I like sports a lot. Play a lot of fantasy sports with my buddies. I like hockey, basketball, pretty much all of it. Football, baseball, all the North American sports. I do sometimes like watching soccer. I'd say my favorite soccer team, if anybody's from Europe, that's called football, is Liverpool. Liverpool's my favorite team. They've been doing well recently too. Used to watch them back in the Steven Gerrard days. That's when I became a fan of Liverpool. I just said, yep, that's going to be my team, and that's the team I chose. I'll just go over these are my favorite teams. I'm from Toronto, so I like the Toronto Maple Leafs, Toronto Blue Jays, Toronto Raptors, and football. I like the St. Louis Rams, but they are now the LA Rams. And then for soccer or football, you want to call it, Liverpool's my favorite team. Never got into cricket or rugby. I think rugby's a really cool sport, though. We had it when I was in high school. Cricket. I never played cricket either, but I could imagine cricket being pretty cool too. Yeah, we're getting there, guys. 115. That's a cool thing about leveling up weapons. If you're two-handers, if you have a two-hander that's higher, it levels up pretty damn quick. I think we'll be making our way to the Highlands pretty soon, or at least go a little north. Maybe we'll go over to where the ogres are, so we can actually get a little bit of XP while swinging this mace. Also, I don't know if you guys pay attention to WoW esports, but the North American World First Guild called Limit signed with Liquid, Team Liquid. I don't know if you guys know who Team Liquid is. They used to be a popular StarCraft forum. I don't know if you guys played StarCraft Brood War back in the day, but it was a forum for StarCraft players that eventually turned into esports team, I think during like 2010, 2011. For StarCraft 2, and then they got a Dota team, all that stuff. They're a pretty big esports team, and it's cool that they picked up a World of Warcraft team. I've always been a fan of Team Liquid. Great esports organization. I think my two top favorite esports organizations are Team Liquid and Cloud9. I just always like their jerseys and their logo. Talking about all my favorite teams today. But yeah, I hope they do well. They lost to Echo in the last race. But I'm interested to see how the next retail raids World First goes. And it's going to be cool to see Liquid go against Echo. And then we'll still have, I think Method's still around. They're still going at it too. It seems like the two top teams right now are going to be Team Liquid and Echo. And I think that World First Hardcore raid got completed. It wasn't World First, I don't think, but I think the group of people that were doing it got it done. I wonder if that's World First. I'm not sure. I think another guild in Europe actually did World First Hardcore, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're getting it up here. At least we're gonna get some XP now. Interested to see if I can actually kill this guy before he kills me. Come on. I'm having a rough time here. We really need to get it up. The cool thing about BGs, though, this BG, is like hit won't really matter as much because we're all going to be the same level. So I just need my hit to be, or my skill to be just at the right spot, and we should be alright. Shouldn't have any trouble landing our hits. It's just with this mace right now at 137, we'd probably miss a bit. But at least we're getting XP now. Oh, now we're in trouble. We're gonna have to run. We'll get some hits in while we're running. It's cool how we can just survive. Like, well, these guys hit pretty hard, but can lay on hands still. Maybe I can just keep fighting this guy. Get some holy lights off here. Oh, we got a little proc there, not bad. I'm gonna have to use a mana pot here. Get another heal off. Sometimes I think the mana pots might be better than the health pots, just because, like, our greater heals, our holy lights are actually probably a lot better than any pot we could get. Well, we're getting there, guys. So 50 away. We're swinging fast. The goal is to try to just get as high as we can. Alright, let's have a little drink here. It's good we have a lot of drinks. I actually forgot waters for my shaman, so I actually need to borrow some from a mage. And I'm kind of worried. The alliance were pretty strong. So maybe my my paladin's gonna get beat up in this PG. It's nice when you're on the team that's good and winning. Because I'll tell you one thing, I would have got wrecked. Well, I was getting wrecked. I don't want to do too many spoilers, but people that are decked at this bracket, they can literally 2-3 shot you, especially the rogues. I was getting destroyed by rogues. Good thing as a paladin, we got bubble at least every, I think 5 minutes, right? So we'll at least be able to use that whenever we get into trouble. Yeah, we won't be doing this leveling up of two-handers too much. We are going to probably just stick with maces and swords. I hope we don't run into like a really good axe, but I don't even think I've never really seen paladins or blood elves with axes, so I think it's probably okay with just maces and swords. I also tried to get a home in New World recently. Okay, we're starting to hit hard now. And supposedly I need to get I had to level up my territory standing to level 30, so right now I have to grind my territory standing in that game just so I can get a home. And yeah, it's going to be one hell of a grind. That game seems like it gets really I wouldn't say grindy, but it's very grind focused. Once you get like past level 20 and like into the 30s, you start realizing that you're gonna have to start, you know, farming a lot to move on with the game. They kind of prepare you for late game, which is probably a lot of farming. And I think that's why the player base kind of falls off a bit in that game, because people don't enjoy the constant farming. I'm telling you. And WoW tried to bring that back in retail with like the dailies and like the leveling up of like the Azurite neck and all this stuff. And people just don't enjoy it. It gets pretty monotonous after a while. It's just not enjoyable. You know, people don't... The thing is, the player base is getting old, and people just don't have the time to be like, oh yeah, I gotta do this every day. Like, people just want to have fun, right? I think they need to focus on that more. Just have fun stuff that people like to do. And make it... The thing is, in MMOs, you need some sort of grind for sure. But, the problem with WoW is every grind you do, event in like 3 to 6 months gets nerfed. And then some guy just comes in and catches up to you in like a span of 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So it's just not worth it. I can understand if the grind gave you like an edge and everybody had to do it, which is why I think Classic worked, because when you did that, like when you would get your attunement for Onyxia, when you get your attunement for all these raids, you knew that everybody else had to get it. So it's just like, it's just what everybody's doing, right? I guess you can apply that to what retail's doing, but the thing about Classic is that stuff never gets nerfed throughout Classic. Like throughout the entirety of Classic, everybody always needs those attunements, or they just can't get into the raid. And then they started to introducing those nerfs in TBC, and I've actually taken advantage of that, and that's why I'm able to play. Because they removed the attunement requirement for SSC, TK, Serpent Shrine Cavern, Tempest Keep, and Karazhan. So I was able to just be level 70 and hop right in. And then I'm pretty much caught up to everyone in the span of a month. Which wouldn't be the case if I had to level up my reputation and get all these attunements going. So, yeah, it kind of sucks for people that grinded that out, and now I guess people... But the good thing is people can come back to the game, right? It's a double-edged sword, right? Like, that's one of the problems with having those attunements, is it just looks like you have to climb this big mountain that you don't really want to climb. And that was one thing for me. I was just like, I don't know if I really want to do that, but once they removed it, it was great. And then all I had to do was get the attunement for Black Temple and the Mount Hyjal raid. And I got that done, so we're ready to go for Phase 3. It's kind of crazy how fast that happened. I wouldn't say my rogue is like full best in slot, but we have, I'd say we're like 75% best in slot, which is pretty damn good for playing for like 3 weeks to a month. And I have like a decent shadow resist set as well. So you can catch up pretty damn quick in TBC. If you have friends who run a guild. That's all I can say. That's the only reason why I really came back, is because I had friends that could help me out. It would be tough coming back. It depends on the class too. Like as a rogue it would be tough, but if you play a shaman, there's so many guilds looking for shamans to raid in TBC. Like if you're looking for a raid spot, just play a shaman, because every raid wants 5 of them, even 6. So you'll find a raid spot as a shaman easily, and they wouldn't mind gearing you out as long as you know, have the right attitude, I guess, and you're a good fit for their guild. Alright, so we're really starting to hit hard here, guys. Like these guys are getting like 3-shot. We're gonna keep on going for a little bit longer. Could even start doing like a quest, maybe. Maybe doing a quest would be a good idea. And then jumping into a BG. Could head back to, to what's it called? To Hammerfall, and then maybe do a quest next episode. Then by the time that quest is done, we should be around 190, because it's going to take a while. I think probably splitting this up into 2 episodes is the best thing to do. I think I did that with the shaman as well, because it does take a while to level up the last part. I don't want to keep you guys for like an hour here watching me just swing and stuff. But it's wow, it's what you got to do sometimes. The cool thing is we're at least getting XP. Alright, let's keep on going. Let's keep walking down here. We'll just smack stuff on our way to South Shore. I think doing a quest would be good, because we would probably be around at least close to 190. That's what I want to get. Just 20 more levels. Yeah, we're trucking these guys. Yeah, you're starting to see a lot of Wrath of the Lich King videos on YouTube now. Looks like people have a pretty good feeling it's going to come out. They're starting to make guides. I seen this interesting video about this person saying, like, you should start farming gold now in TBC, because it's going to be expensive. That's true. It is going to be expensive. The guy has a good point with dual spec coming into the game. So now you're going to be able to have 2 different specs, which is awesome because it really does suck paying 50 gold to switch specs. I think it's a real ripoff. And it really does suck. But yeah, they're gonna have dual spec. Dual spec's gonna cost 1,000 gold. So you're gonna have to save up for that, and then you have like your mount, your flying. I think flying will be like 2,000 and 1,000 to 2,000 in northern for northern flying. So you'll need a solid 10k. He's saying you need like 100k. And there's a shoulder enchant where you need to get rep for. And you don't really need 100k. That's kind of clickbait. Really, you just need like a couple thousand if you, and that's only if you just want to like, hey, when I get to northern and I get level 80, I got my flying and I got my dual spec. It's really it. You need like probably like 5 to 10k, and then like the rest could pay for your professions. Leveling up professions will cost a little bit too. But yeah, I think 10k is a good number. If you can, 5 to 10k between there. But 100k is a little much. Oh my gosh, I forgot. We are not. We're not allianced. Good thing is we can just run bubble and run. How long will it chase us for? Oh. Okay. Good thing we're a paladin, because if we were any other class, we'd probably be dead there. Yeah, back to Tyrannil. I always forget. Thing is with Blood Elves, they just look like they're Alliance, so it's easy to trick yourself with that. Like really, the Blood Elves are really only Horde out of spite. You know what I mean? And because the Alliance sort of seen them as a threat, didn't trust them. I think the dwarves were spying on them, same with the night elves. And it was for good reason. They were meddling with like this crazy mana crap. And they were becoming mana power addicts. Well, they were becoming mana addicts because it was giving them insane power. They're siding with the Burning Legion. Alright, so we're here. I think we're going to take a flight back to Hammerfall. And then next episode we will do a quest.
Hello.
That'll be the plan.
Do not.
Do a quest in the Arathi Highlands. And then after that, we will probably get into a BG. And we'll make sure we don't hit level 40. And I don't think we will. That's a lot of XP. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the announcement of Wrath. I think we'll probably see that. Like, I wonder what Microsoft's going to do with BlizzCon. Like, will they have a BlizzCon? I'll probably have a virtual one. Why not? It'd be a shame if BlizzCon never came back. It could happen. Like, the stock price got destroyed. I think it's now tied with Microsoft now, though, right? So... Also, yeah, the stock market's been getting hit pretty hard recently too, and I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft starts taking buying some more companies. That's what you usually see when there's a little bit of a hit. And I think that's why they jumped on buying Activision Blizzard, because of how much of a hit it took from the bad news and all the scandals that were going on within the company. That put it at a good price to purchase. Yeah. Just bad politics, bad company, you know, ethics and all that crap. Just put that company into the dirt. But at least we got Microsoft to save the day, I hope, right? But yeah, guys. That is the end of today's episode. As always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.